Welcome to the BVTV Network, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is episode 3, the final one. I have to leave Florida soon in the BVTV Aha Trilogy with recruiting expert Andrea Hoffer. Hello again, Andrea.
Hi, Malcolm. I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah. Now, is Joey going to say anything this time, or are we going to?
I don't know. You know, this is his nap time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. Andrea, another big awakening companies have had is that talent has left many businesses in droves. That's also causing unrest, by the way, in the ones remaining, with many ramifications of all of that. Can you share with us your thinking on how a business should go about retaining talent? Because it's not always about money, is it? Should it be in a talent retention action plan? Oops, that spells trap, but that's not what employees want to feel, is it?
No, not at all. There's so many things you can do to retain your talent, but the number one thing is don't break your promises. And if you have to break your promises because some kind of circumstances happen that you just weren't foreseeing, explain it to your team member and talk to them about it, and talk about what other direction you might be able to go to make it up to them. This is what I hear over and over again of why somebody's looking for a new position, is they were promised something. It might have been more money. It might have been professional development. It might have even been having next Friday off. These things, and then the employer just thinks they can break that promise. They don't think about how it impacts the employee. The other thing is that first impression. And I'm not just talking about their first day. As soon as they accept the offer, keep reaching out to them. It may be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before that first day of work. And they may have been out job searching for a little while. And even if they don't continue that search, they may have other employers reach out to them during that time period. You don't want them to be wooed away to somebody else. Keep that connection going. Send them an email every few days that you're looking forward to them starting. Here's a picture of your desk. If it's not a remote, position, start to get them excited up until the first day. One of the things I love to do is I send everybody on the team an email and copy the new hire, welcoming the new hire and saying, here's their email if you want to reach out to them. And everybody starts reaching out, and it makes them feel part of the team already, so that they don't have that anxiety on that first day of, am I going to like anybody? Yeah. And then be ready for them on the first day. How often do people start a job? They come in, whether it could be in office and they don't have a desk, or they have a desk, but they don't have a computer, or they just don't even have a schedule. Make sure you have something structured for them. I typically say at least the first 90 days. If you can't do 90 days, at a bare minimum, have it structured for the first 2 weeks until they can get into their stride and know what to do. The last thing you want is your new hire to start with twiddling their thumbs and not feeling productive. Most people want to feel productive. And that brings me to have some quick wins for them. If you can immediately, within that first week, give them a couple of projects that they can do. You've given them the basic training, they have the skills to do it. Give it to them so that they have some quick wins right away and they're starting to feel productive. And make sure, and this isn't just in the beginning, make sure that continues. Do regular check-ins. If you're not having at least weekly check-ins with whoever is your direct report, then you have no idea, what's going on in their head. And even you could be, doing the dance, so to speak, having the check-ins, but not really digging in and learning, what's working for you, what's not working. I want to hear it. I want that feedback, and let's see what we can do about it. How can I help you to be more successful here? Don't forget about those conversations, even when it's a year, 2 years down the road, because they'll start to look elsewhere.
Yeah. You know, I was just reflecting what you were just saying there. And it's a while since I worked for anybody, because I'm working for myself for a good number of years now. But if I go back to companies I used to work for, like Mattel or wherever it may be, there was only one, and that's Thomson Holidays, a massive holiday company that I worked for, that ever touched base with me on my personal feelings when I got started, and how are you doing, and all that sort of thing. The rest were all just concerned about practical questions, or about the sales results or anything like that. So, and as a result of that, Thomson Holidays was the best ever company I've ever worked for in the world ever, because I felt I belonged.
You felt like you weren't just a cog. They cared about you.
Yeah. I felt I belonged with them, and that was really great camaraderie and everything. And I think that's a lot of things that businesses have lost. You know, as they've grown, they think, oh, just get more cannon fodder in of people and everything, and they've forgotten, until they've just been reminded by the pandemic, that people want to belong, don't they?
They do. They want to belong. They want to know that what they're doing matters, that the people see that they're there. And there's so many companies now that are remote, and you have to put that extra effort in. Oh, yeah. Even more in remote, because you don't have the coffee, the coffee break talk. No. You need to have ways that your team can interact regularly. One of the things we do, we have our channels. You can use Slack, or we use Ring Central, and we actually have a channel called Random, and people will put pictures of their dog, their babies, or just GIFs. My team loves those. I don't even know how they find them, to be honest, but it's funny. And the other thing we do is once a month, we call it happy hour, but there's no alcohol involved that I can tell. But once a month, we get together for at least an hour, and nobody is allowed to talk about work. And
that's a great
games
idea.
that we play, and we did one of those escape rooms, a virtual escape room.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we do lots of little things to kind of get us talking and feel like a team and just people, and not worry about what's going on at work.
Brilliant. Thanks, Andrea. Now, let's give viewers and listeners a final time of your URL, which is obviously your website address, which viewers you can see on the screen behind me. But for listeners, let me spell it out. It's all the W's dot aha, A-H-A, aha, recruitingexperts.com. Andrew's written 2 books. The first is called The New Customer, and the second, Hire, which we talked about in episode 2. Hire, you can buy it on Amazon now. Please do so. But go also to her website, and you can download The New Customer for free in ebook format. Human people skills may have been lacking in many leaders in the past, but they and their HR departments need to awaken to the need for new thinking if they are to employ a talented workforce. Thanks, Andrea Hoffer, for a great trilogy.
Thank you, Malcolm. It was a lot of fun.